So did you guys work on defense yesterday and today?
Yeah, we have. We've tried to spend a lot more focus on how we guard the basketball, especially in transition, because we didn't do a great job the other night, and that's going to be pivotal as we play Creighton, who's really effective in transition. So it's something that we certainly emphasize getting back, making sure that we get to our rotations quicker, and that guys are playing with the same ball pressure and intensity to rotate that we've done most of the time this year.
What was Coach McDermott's influence on your career?
Well, Coach, certainly gave me an opportunity here that I don't know, you never know when those are going to come. And so I'm very grateful, have a lot of loyalty and allegiance to him because he took a chance on me here when I was 27 years old and didn't really have a resume to back up the opportunity I was being given. And so not only there's that part of it, which has allowed us to be fortunate with our career, but then there's the personal side of it. What I think of him as a person, the friendship that we've been able to have, and the consistency of it over the last 16, 17 years. So it means a lot to me. There's probably a lot of nights during the year where I'm watching Creighton play and pulling for him. It just so happens that one of those won't be tomorrow.
Now is, 5 or 6 years as a head coach, and you look at the staff you have now with all the experience. Does that give you a different perspective on him hiring you without any college basketball or, I guess, beyond JUCO experience?
Yeah, I think as you're a head coach and you put a coaching staff together, you want it to be diverse in strengths, you want it to be diverse in experience, and you want it to be, guys that are all in alignment in terms of the investment they make in young people. And I hopefully what Coach saw in me is, I know that we had talked about at the onset, is that ability to build relationships that could be effective in recruiting, and then also with the player development piece, if you build those relationships, players are going to trust you on the court. And then, I'm somebody that, I feel like if you've given me an opportunity, I'm going to go above and beyond to try to make sure I give you my best work every day. I think our staff has done a terrific job of that this year. We're fortunate at how it all fits together, how their strengths fit together. And to your point, what I can see more now, as this is my third opportunity as a head coach, how important those staffs and that chemistry are.
You mentioned Washington Creighton. What kind of stands out about them so far this season?
Well, with Coach McDermott's teams, they're always going to push it in transition and play with pace. They shoot the three with confidence. They have the ability with Kalkbrenner for sure, and then others to post up and go inside. They're a group that, even though they have some new players, they still have some returning experience. So those are going to be staples. His teams defensively have done a great job of guarding without fouling. They don't give you anything easy and put you at the free throw line. So, we're going to need to be a physical group. We're going to need to share the basketball. Probably more important than anything, we're going to need to stay together in some tough moments, especially when you're on the opportunity to play first true road game.
You went 15 minutes with either Jazz or Tristan at the 5 on Wednesday. Was that situational, or are you liking what you're seeing with that lineup?
Yeah, I'd say some of both. Situational to the point of, Pine Bluff, wasn't playing some of the frontline guys the same minutes that they normally do. They probably felt like an advantage they could create would be to kind of, play smaller and play Sampson at that 5 who likes to shoot it and drive it, and he's more of a volume guy. So we felt our adjustment, on, on Wednesday night was to at times play smaller and try to disrupt that. But, we've been playing 9 guys, and, all 9 guys are in the rotation, and they're all going to go in the game and have the ability to impact winning. And how that goes, we might have an idea going into the game, but really we've seen from each one of those 9 guys when they're doing what they do really well, they do winning things for our team. And so whether that's big, small, or any lineup, we'll be open-minded to it. But I did think the other night that, with that lineup, it was effective defensively for us.
For George in particular, I think after the Xavier game, you talked about him being able to stay on the floor. What's kind of the key for him to be able to play kind of the 20, 25 minutes?
Well, to keep him out there longer, we've got to keep him out of foul trouble. Has been, we can't pick up a foul, especially an unnecessary one. And whether it's, we miss a block out and then there's an offensive rebounding situation that's tough, or whether it's, a guy's rolling to the rim and, we're a little bit too aggressive and get a touch foul there. There's just been some odd plays that have created a foul for him. And so we need to make sure that George is really locked in. We need to make sure that he isn't putting himself, or we're not putting him in position to get unnecessary fouls. And then I need to do a great job of managing his minutes so that he's not playing to a point of fatigue where maybe one of those unnecessary fouls comes in. So I think it's a team effort all the way around.
Looking forward to see how these guys play in a hostile environment.
I am. They've embraced the challenges that have been in front of them. They've kept their head down and worked hard every day in practice. You can certainly prepare and talk about what the environment will be like, but you don't necessarily know that, there's different stressors, there's different anxiety, there's things that come in that are just different than you can simulate on a practice floor. And we know that it's going to be a very hostile environment and probably a packed house. So I am excited to see how we embrace that, and I'm confident in our guys and the job that they'll do with it, but that's the next step that we need to take forward.